What's up? What's up? What's up? Sorry, I'm playing with my equalizer here for a second. Hello, 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 hello. Hello, hello. All right. Hello, hello. Do it like this. What's up, everyone? Hello, hello, hello. All right. That's good. Son of a biscuit. All right, all right, all right. What's going on, everyone? Welcome to another fun Friday night with your good friend Chef, ready to break some cards, pull some monsters. Hopefully, we'll have a replay of last night. We had a really good night last night. We'll see, we'll see, we'll see. And this will be our last night of breaks for a little while, for probably about 10 days, somewhere around there, because I'm going on vacation. So, but the reason tonight's the last night is because we're going to get all the cards, or the cards, or all the cards sorted, packed, and shipped this weekend before I leave. Oh, man, this thing's all dusty. Come on. All right. So anyway, welcome. Especially if you're new to the channel, welcome. Bit about us. We've been around for over 6 years now. We break mostly baseball. We ship all cards from every break. We're very generous with the top loading. We ship as quickly as our little hands will move. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. We do free breaks. When we do them, we use our subscriber list from YouTube for the random. So if you want a chance to get in the future free break, all you got to do is hit the old subscribe button there. And who knows? Maybe you grab a spot in an upcoming break. Also, eBay has a new sweepstakes going on. I'm sure most of you have heard about it from someone at this point. You can get free cards. I know that. I don't know what cards you'll get or if they'll be worth the hassle, but in my description, there's a link at the very top of the description that you click on. It tells you how to enter the sweepstakes. And all I know is you can win free cards. That's about the best I can tell you. So if you're interested, go and click on it, check it out, and hey, see what happens. I might even try it just to see what happens, see what we get. I know it's a sweepstakes, but I know there's a lot of winners. Like, I don't want to say everybody wins because I can't say that everybody wins, but it seems like pretty much if you send in an entry, you'll get something back from what I understand. So maybe check it out if you want. All right, teams. For old heritage break here, some boxes of heritage. I have some more. I have like 4 more boxes after this lying around. D-backs, Kevin H. Braves, JB. Orioles, Kevin H. Red Sox, Michael Y. Cubs, Ben A. White Sox, Keelan T. Reds, JB. Guardians, Joseph P. Rockies, Michael Y. Tigers, Adam S. Royals and Astros, Michael Y. Angels, Cole K. Dodgers, Michael Y. Brewers, John T. Twins, and Marlins, Michael Y. Mets, David B. Yankees, Joseph P. A's, Jeremy G. Phillies, Jeremy J. Cardinals, Patrick D. Padres, Robert H. Giants, Michael Y. Mariners, Chris B. Rangers, Michael J. And Blue Jays, Joseph P. All right. Nobody's chatting tonight. What's going on? You guys are hearing me, right? We're live. We're good. Yeah, we're live. We're good. Just making sure. Ah, there it is. Ah, Michael, it's cool. I was gonna try and do your refund on the shipping before, but I didn't get a chance to, so I'll take care of it later for you. But I always refund any shipping overpayments. I know most breakers don't, and I think it's a scummy thing to do. But I always refund it. Usually I have to refund it minus eBay because eBay takes their cut, of course. But it's like whatever. So usually I'll do it like at the end of the weekend when I do all the shipping or stuff. So just FYI. Oh, I was gonna say, wait a second, where's our box topper? Box topper's in the middle. Haven't seen that. Jeter Downs for the Red Sox. It's strange. Maybe that means it's gonna be one of those boxes. That's what's been crazy about Heritage this year. A lot of boxes have been standard, but then every once in a while you get a box that's just like a ton of hits and a bunch of craziness in it. So yeah, well, with a product like this, especially later in the year, I mean, a lot of teams sell for cheap. I've gone through so much Heritage this year. I've had these boxes sitting here for months on the shelf. So Michael Harris, rookie. Got to get rid of them. I do it, like I said, I have 4 more boxes after this. I'll probably hold on to those and we'll use them. I'll use them in mixers or do them as giveaways and stuff like that, most likely. Ezekiel Duran, Alcantara Performers. Robert, what's up, buddy? Trying to see if the Phillies are going to pull one out tonight. What do we got here? Travis d'Arnaud, black border to 50 copies for the Bravos. Not numbered, but black means 50 copies. JB, there you go, buddy. Yeah, but there is some big stuff in here. You're right. They're not easy to hit, but when they come, man, they're no joke. We've pulled some crazy stuff out of Heritage over the years. They always come in bunches too. Like back in like June, we had a box where there was like 5 hits in the box, and it was like we got the Steve Garvey buyback auto, which was just crazy. Along with, the quarter cards and this and that. When it's funny, a couple of years ago, Charles de Gaulle, we had a box. We did I had 3 boxes left. It was like on a Sunday, and I put it up at the last minute, and it barely sold. I mean, I probably didn't make a dollar off of it, right? Ended up there was a Hank Aaron auto in there, an Ohtani auto. It was like the craziest 3 boxes ever. Yeah, that's the way it always goes. Yelich for the Brew Crew. 166 of 374. When you least expect it. For John. Here you go, buddy. Yeah. Yeah, you find them at Big Lots, with the clearance tags on them. Like you said, there is big stuff you can pull out of Heritage. You just got to find it, which is not easy. But we'll look. That's what we do around here. We love to look. Bobby Witt. That's a cool picture. So we got Topps Chrome Megas coming up after this, and then Cosmic Adley rookie. Edmund Sosa. Ooh, who's that? Oh, Bryce Johnson. Jurickson Profar. There he is. Wait, why is he? He's on the Padres in this. Was he on the Padres earlier this year and then went to Robert? How did that work? Riley Green Performers, and then went to the Colorado and then came back or something. He said he was coming up, right, with Eggy or whatever they call that kid. Stram, Lucas Wilson, Steve Carlton, blue ink auto, no box. Yeah, that's awesome. Oh, I gotcha. I see. It was funny because when you brought that up last week, I was like, wait a second. I thought he was on. I knew he was with Colorado, but I was like, I thought he was with the Padres. I'm telling you, man, that dude bounces around like crazy. He was a huge prospect back in the day, man. I mean, I don't know. He's just like a journeyman player, but it is really amazing how some guys can be so highly touted and do so well. And some guys are so highly touted and never make it at all or turn into nothing even close to what people think they're going to be. Somebody on Instagram, I don't know who it was, posted a Dominic Brown rookie card the other day saying about how like this guy had like 6 weeks he played Major League Ball for like 3 years, but he had basically like one of the best 6 week runs in Phillies history, and then that was it. And he was the number one prospect for like 2 years. And then he hit like 23 home runs in like a month or something like that. This 1 year. Something like, I don't remember exactly. It was somewhere around there. And people were going to, and then that was it. The dude never did anything again. Like, he was terrible after that. Like I say, he was the number one prospect for like almost 2 years straight or something like that. I know he was with the Phillies for a while, and then he ended up playing in Toronto and sent him down, and that was it. He was done. That's the worst about collecting cards. So I had been talking about it the last few weeks and on the web breaks and stuff like that. I have been cleaning out a lot of cards. Yelich on the Clubhouse collection for John. I have emptied at this point 15 5-row boxes I've emptied of cards that I have gotten rid of. All base, all old, all like vet stuff. I mean, really like stuff that even my wife was like, wow, can't you get some? I was like, sweetheart, yes, I can get like a nickel for these, but it's not worth the time to post it all. You know, like this, I need to clean it out because there's so many freaking cards. And you run across stuff that you forgot you had or has been sitting in a box for years. And then you're like, oh, what happened to this guy? And you go and look him up and he got released like 4 years ago. Like, oh, jeez. Who was I looking up? Somebody who, again, was a pretty big prospect from years back. And I came across a bunch of his cards that had autos and all kinds of stuff. God, who was that? And I was like, wow, whatever happened to this guy? I never hear this guy. Because sometimes guys end up over in like Japan or Korea or stuff like that, you know. And dude had been released. He was Detroit. God, what player was that? Kristen Stewart, I think it was. Was it Kristen Stewart, maybe? And I looked him up and he'd been released in like 2019. I was like, oh, okay. I think it was Kristen Stewart, something like that. That was like 4 years ago. Dude's long gone. He's probably coaching his local high school team now. Marwin Gonzalez. Yeah, he's one. You talk about a flash in the pan there, huh? I have a bunch of his stuff too. Yeah, he was that one. I didn't put too much money into him, but I don't think he was too hard to figure out. But yeah, man, you can, you know, you can come and go pretty quick. It's why it really is amazing, guys. And I'm not just talking about baseball. I'm talking about professional sports in general. The guys who stay, who stick, who have longevity, and not necessarily the all stars, but the guys who are been playing in the league for 12 years, who are just like the everyday guys who grind it out. And you got to have a lot of respect for their ability. Look at this. Where's the box topper again? In the middle? This is so strange. Yeah. Why did they put him in the middle? One of them should have an auto on it or something. There's a Mike Trout for the Angels. Kyle Blanks is a big prospect. He looked like he hit 50 home run. Yeah. Well, it's funny. Again, I don't know how many of you guys watch Hard Knocks this year. And I know I've been talking about it a little bit because honestly, it's the first time I watched it in like 3 or 4 years. They had this guy on there who was a lineman. God, what was his name now? And they ended up cutting him, but I want to say his last name was Smith or something like that, but he'd been in the league for 8 years, kind of as a backup, knocking around, and it's funny. I really like the guy, and I really was like, I have a ton of respect for this dude, in a league that's impossible to stay in almost. Byron Buxton for the Twinnies. 143 of 574 for Michael. The average career length in NFL is what, like 2.5 years or something like that. And this guy's never been a starter per se, just like always a backup guy and just kind of grinding out a life, although, like the minimum pay in NFL is like $900K a year or something like that. So, I mean, he's not doing too bad, and it was weird because they actually did cut him. And a lot of the guys were really upset that he was cut because he's been around for a while. He seemed like a really nice guy. And they ended up putting him on the practice squad. And he said, like, this is normal for me. Like, I go up and down. I go to the practice squad. I go to this. But I had a ton of respect for the dude. Just keeps kind of grinding it out, working his ass off and hanging around, and getting his playing time where he can and getting paid, Yeah. Oh man, I have so many Future Stars cards I always liked, and I have like sets of them from past years. Not necessarily per se the full set, but I would always hold on to Future Stars cards and put them together. I did the same thing. Like look through them and I'm like, who? I don't even remember most of these guys. Michael Harris rookie. Um, there's a James Outman rookie. I have a whole bunch of red Target cards from like 2013, 2014. And which are, if you have the right ones, like the Mookie Betts, which I did and I sold, a few years back. Some of them are very, very valuable because they don't make them anymore. I mean, they were, just exclusively Target back then and stuff like that. They used to do the purple ones for, what was that, Toys R Us? I think the purple ones came from Alvarez rookie. And, but I have like hundreds of them and I was looking through them and most of the guys, I'm like, I don't know what happened to any of these guys. They didn't make it very long or if they ever even made it. Basically, if you don't have the Mookie or who else, there was a couple other big rookies in that year. Future Star Real Estate Agents. Yeah. See, but the beauty is in baseball, you can make a life as a AAA player. If you really love baseball and want to play it, where as the other sport, well, hockey, I suppose, has that. I don't know enough about juniors hockey to say that per se. Like, I mean, are there guys in the juniors who are like in their 30s or like I don't know if minor league hockey rolls that way or if they just keep it with the kids, but like it's funny. When I was in Tennessee, I went into a Smokies game down there, and who's on the team? Oh God, there was someone who I recognized who I looked at his sheet, and basically he's been called up like maybe 2 or 3 times to Major League Baseball for short stints, month, 2 months, 10 days, whatever. But he's been in minor league baseball for like 15 years and making a living. And AAA players get paid all right. They're not starving down there, you know. Astros World Series card. Like you can make like 300K a year as a minor league player if you're good. Um, but other sports they don't necessarily have that. I mean, I guess you could go overseas and basketball play in Europe or you know. But I always think of juniors hockey as being like a lot of young guys. Like I don't know if they got a lot of hopeful 35-year-olds in up in Canada playing in Regina or wherever else. One of my son's friends from high school plays in the juniors in God, what's the name of that town? I can't remember the name of it now. But I mean, it is like in the middle of freaking nowhere. I mean, he's up there in like the North Pole area. Christopher Morel rookie. And I was saying, and he's a really good hockey player. Like I've never seen him play, but I've heard from everyone that he is. And I said to my son, I mean, is he going to play pro one day? Yeah, they hope to. He hopes to, and I guess like anything else, you got to play where they send you. Yeah. Yeah, I haven't been to a minor league hockey game in forever. The Phantoms the Phantoms haven't been Riley Green rookie, haven't been here in Philly, and I don't even know how long now. For even though baseball you can be in your 30s and playing AAA and stuff, like for some reason I don't see a lot of older guys playing juniors hockey. I don't think there's enough money in it to make it worth it. I know like my buddy's friend doesn't get paid a lot. Like he has a contract with someone, I think the Rangers or someone, and he did get a signing bonus, few $100,000, whatever, but like the money he actually gets paid to play there is, pretty minimal. He could probably go work at a Fuddruckers and make the same amount. And Gleyber Torres with a little damage on the top there. For the little thumbnail damage up here. Sorry to say. I don't know if you can see it on see it there. For the Yankees. Come on, Schwarber. Hit one and tie this up, man. Freaking Miami. I mean, I know Miami's been playing really well lately, but the Marlins have just been a constant thorn in the side of the Phillies forever. They always lose to them. So annoying. Joseph. Buddy. WHL, yeah. Schwaba. Come on, Schwabs. Hit one, man. 2 outs, 2 strikes, bottom of the ninth. And he strikes out. Game over. So I don't know these guys at all, but I'm sure many of you know who Filthbaum is, right? Filthbaum Breaks and their store in New York and whatever. And they seem like nice enough guys. I have no qualms with them. Never Had a problem with him, never really run into him or anything. But Brendan Donovan, black and white for the Cardinals. But I do have a problem on Instagram when people come on and like flaunt their gambling. Like, if you want to come on and say, hey, who do you think I should take in this game? But so the guy from Filth Bomb has a post the other day. I'm sure some of you might have seen it, where he says, I bet, I forget what it was, $10,000 on Ohtani to be the home run leader this year. And his thing was, should now, he and Olsen are tied. Should I hedge my bet and put another 10,000 there? And instead of winning 20, I'll only win 10. And it's like, dude, who cares about your money? And I'm thinking to myself, man, I hope like Schwarber or Alonso ruins it for me. Like, I have no ill feelings towards the guy, but Tom Raglan buyback, man, that is a 70s look right there. Look at those glasses. Very cool for Cleveland. Led International League second baseman to put out a lot of years in professional baseball. Started in 1965. Very cool. But like, he comes on like, well, I'm going to win 20,000, but if I put another 10 on Olsen, then I'll hedge my bet. At least that way I'll definitely win 10,000 or something like that. And all I'm thinking to myself is, when you come in and flaunt money like that in front of people, you might as well just say, hey, everybody, welcome to Filth Bomb. I completely overcharge you for my break, so I have all this money to throw around. Like, not everybody needs to know everybody's business, If you're a gambler and you're out there winning, good for you. I don't care. It's your thing, man. Now, if you want to give me a tip so I can win some money too, like, if you want to call me at the beginning of the year and say, hey, man, put money on Ohtani and you'll win 20 grand. All right, I'll take that. But like, all you're basically doing is getting on and going flashing. Well, I'm either going to win $10,000 or $20,000. So just wanted to let everybody know. Great. Riley Green. I have a big problem with breakers trying to be these huge influencers, like these guys who, like, post your cards, post your hits. I'm all about that. That's what I want to see, But these guys who are doing like personal videos of, look at me and how special I am and this and that. It's like, we don't need influencers in this hobby. We just need the cards and good people to open them who aren't trying to rip people off. I don't need you to be famous on top of it. So I guess you guys heard about the whole card porn thing, the latest scam in the world of cards and memorabilia. I'll tell you what, if that dude did all that they're saying, he's going to prison for one. There is no doubt about that. They said the FBI is getting involved for sure. If he really did all that stuff to fake this thing, he's going to be spending some real time in jail. And God, what you talk about being committed to making a fake? That is, I don't know if you guys know the whole story. I was just piecing it together last night. Like, he was selling a jersey, a Jordan jersey, K-Line Flashbacks that was supposed to be from like a final, and supposedly had it authenticated, photo authenticated by that MyWe company or whatever. I don't know the name of it. I forget, but they're supposed to be like the top guys. They're like, for photo matching, they're like going to PSA, these guys. And I guess he submitted his own photos saying that they were from like game 3 and game 4, some final, sold the jersey for untold thousands, hundreds of thousands, whatever it was. And ended up the pictures were faked. And the thing is, he said that he got the pictures from this foundation. There was this famous guy from Orlando who was a very popular photographer, an NBA photographer, who passed away about 15 years ago, Rockefeller. And he said that he got the pictures from his foundation. And then when they did a dive into it, there was no foundation. It was a website that was made up like 2 months ago by, you would imagine, this guy. Like, I mean, this dude put in some serious work on faking this thing. But, and of course, there's been no comment from him, but I guess he deleted his Instagram and his Twitter, which is a pretty big deal. He had huge accounts. I mean, he was a big deal. So that usually shows a level of guilt. I mean, it's insane, man, what people can do and how they get away with faking stuff, especially memorabilia, man. The memorabilia game is, I would never buy a piece of memorabilia that either the actual league or like Topps or Panini, like, and not to say the Topps and Panini are perfect either, don't get me wrong, but that like isn't certified by someone like that. Or like even this trout ball that I have here that I love, it's, you know, it has a MLB authentication on it, you know? Because like half of the shit out there's totally fake, you know? Yeah, but and it wasn't even just that the photos were faked. It was that he said he got it from this foundation and there's no foundation. And apparently he made a website to look like a foundation. I mean, like I said, I mean, the guy's committed, obviously, and there's a reason behind it. But, well, look, it was just like, I'm sure you guys saw the story a couple of weeks ago about the fake flawless cases that are out there of flawless football or whatever. And somebody, which honestly was just brilliant as far as I could tell, they were buying flawless cards off of eBay, cheap flawless cards, and then taking cases, which you can get anywhere. I have flawless cases on the shelf, over boxes, you know, briefcases on the shelf over here. So they were taking briefcases, they were repackaging the cards, repackaging the whole thing, and then selling them to David Adams. And David Adams thought they were real, and they were buying them, paying like, I don't know, 17, 18 grand a case. And honestly, the guys who were doing the fakes, it was probably costing them about 1,500 to 2 grand to put the whole thing together and then turn around and sell them to them. And they don't even know how many are out there. Because a guy in China who's a big breaker over there, he did a break one night and he was pulling all these cards out. And like 2 days later, people were like, wait, how did you have these cards? They were just sold this past month on eBay. And I mean, it wasn't his, you know, he bought them legitimately from David Adams. It was, you know, it was on their shoulders, but my God, man, people can fake anything these days. It's nuts. I'm just not smart enough to even figure that out, I think. Max Fried, again with damage on the top. What the hell? I'll include some, I mean, I know they're not expensive cards or anything, but I'll include some wrappers with these if either of you guys want to try and get it replaced. Make sure we send some along. Thanks, John. I appreciate it, buddy. Yeah, it is a lot of work. I mean, look, they're making a lot of money too. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I understand the reason for the putting the work in if you're going to make that kind of cash. But I mean, that dude is in serious trouble over that jersey, and as he should be. I mean, but I mean, you know, I think people do this stuff for so long and get away with it for so long. They never think things are going to get caught up, and they don't think it's that big a deal. Like, oh, so what? I take a baseball, I sign Babe Ruth's name on it, I, you know, make it look old or do this or do that, whatever. People get what they think they have, and they don't realize. I mean, you're committing a major felony doing this stuff, you know. And like I said, I think people do it for so long they kind of forget about how big a deal it is. Because the thing with the card porn guy is there's a lawsuit about a LeBron card from like a year earlier that people said I don't know if he faked the card or did something to it, and I think because he's always had a good reputation, like the LeBron thing was news, but I think people kind of let him go on it a little bit. And now this thing came out about the jersey, and now everybody's all of a sudden like, oh, wait a second, what about that LeBron thing? Like, and these aren't $100 cards; these are like $1 million cards you're dealing with, $1 million jerseys. It's pretty crazy. Oh, no thanks. I don't want to deal with bubblegum. Remember they used to do the bubblegum stain a few years back? That was one of the parallels. I could never figure out what they were. They used to have, like, around 2015, they had some of the strangest parallels in sets. The bubblegum stain, where on the back it would have this weird, like, kind of stain look on it that made it a short print. And then they were supposed to smell like bubblegum. It's so stupid. Corbin Carroll, New Age. And then the remember also in Series 1 and Series 2 for a couple of years they did it where they did the sparkle. And it was like literally like this tiny little sparkle. You couldn't even see it if it was there, you know? And I think everybody had them and had no idea because you couldn't even find the sparkle on it. Matt Manning black border for Detroit. Like the only one anyone could find was the Trout one. I think it was 2014 or 15, and it was him like sliding, and the sparkle was right on his toe, so it was kind of stood out. But most of them you couldn't even. You'd look at the cards and be like, "Oh no, there's one. No, that's not it. It's just the light." Yeah. Oh, I do too. Yeah, I have some bubblegum stains, but that was a short print there for a few years. It was so stupid. Like, I understand why they were trying to do it, but that one just it didn't play so well. It's so weird that these boxes have the thing in the middle. It's the only time I've seen this. Hey, we got another buyback. Look at this thing. Wow. There's Ken Griffey Sr. on there. 74 rookie outfielders. Dave Augustine, Steve Ontiveros, Jim Tyrone, and Ken Griffey Sr. That's a pretty cool card. Pirates, Giants, Cubs, and Reds. All right, let's see here. Who's got what? Pirates, nobody. The Reds is Jay. The Giants is Michael. And Cubs is Ben. So we're going to have to rando that bad boy at the end to someone. It's a cool card. It's actually in pretty decent shape, too. I mean, it's cut horribly like every card is back then, but Ken Griffey Sr. being on there, that's pretty cool. 74 rookie outfielders. All right, we'll do a rando on that one. See who walks away with it. Nobody bought the Pirates, so we'll random it between the three of you. Yeah, I know, right? They put the stamp right on his face. Poor guy. No respect. No respect at all. Gonzalez, Glenado, Verdugo. And those couple boxes of Chrome we did last night where we had the Ohtani and the radiating rookie and the Volpe auto. They were so hot that I missed an Aaron Judge short print. It's like, holy Nike. I was doing the sort on him today. And I was like, wait a second. That's an Aaron Judge short print. Did I miss that? I was like, oh. So the guy who had the Yankees was very happy from last night. I emailed him and was like, listen, I missed this during the break. I'm not quite sure how, and he had already hit that Volpe auto to $4.99 and some other stuff. So he was pretty happy. Vogie. What did I see? Somebody said just recently he changed his walk-up music from the milkshake one to something else. What was it? Like Have It Your Way, like Burger King or something. It's so funny. Like BK or whatever. Gibson flashbacks. Yeah, no, it was a nice card, and that dude had already done well. The big teams actually did pretty well in that one last night. And we had that Gunner radiating rookie and Volpe auto, and he was a good one. Good, and the case was good in the end. Red Beatty. Well, it looks like I'm going to be spared by the storm. The old Hurricane Lee looking positive for my trip to the DR. I thought maybe we were going to get but it looks like it's going to turn away from there. So I'm happy about that. Although it's going to be down there like on Monday, the day I'm flying. I'm going to have to like fly right to it. Great. Here we go. Once I get there, I will not care. If you haven't been or have a chance to go to the Dominican Republic, I recommend it for everyone. It is not crazy expensive. You can find some very, very reasonable trips there, all inclusive, and it's just a nice place. This is my third time going there. It's funny too because I was looking for someplace new, and I was looking at some stuff, and some stuff was great, looked nice, Gunner rookie. And eventually I just said to my wife, why don't we just go back to Dominican Republic? We like it there. She's like, all right. Oh, thanks, Robert. I appreciate it, buddy. So weird though. I think I told you guys we're staying at Margaritaville, and he just passed. Jamie Buffett. So we'll see what it's like there. There's a Vaughn Grissom rookie for the Bravos. 454 of 999. Like, is everybody gonna be walking around with like armbands on or something? For Jay. Here you go, buddy. Team's out and rookie. Yeah, I was thinking that too. It might be a little bumpy on the way down. It might be. I think we'll be all right though. Like I said, the second I land there, I won't care about anything. I have a hard enough time doing it, but I do everything I can on the. We go on vacation like once every couple years. It's not a regular thing for us, so I try to completely forget about everything when I go away. It'll be there when I get back to deal with whatever nightmare I'm in the middle of. It'll be there 6 days when I get back. I just like to go down and vegetate for a few days. Yeah, there could be. There could be some good surfing and stuff. Not that, my surfing days have passed, but I'll be happy to sit and watch somebody else kill themselves out there. Mookie Betts. The position. They call it the position parallel. It's the name swap thingy, other whatever, for the Dodgers. For Michael. There you go. Nice short print there. Yeah, the food is great. They do a really good job. Like, I went a lot of years. I'll be honest with you. Like, the vacation thing, with my son when I was younger was Walt Disney World, like that type of crap, or we go to the beach, And then my wife and I went to the Dominican Republic, the two of us, like 6 years ago. It was our 20th wedding anniversary. So I took us down there. And I hadn't stayed in an all inclusive resort since I like got married, like 20 years earlier. And that was in Mexico. We went to, we were in Cabo San Lucas. And this was in 97 or something like that. And to be honest with you, it was terrible. Like the food was terrible. The place was okay. The place in Mexico we stayed at, but so I wasn't necessarily looking forward to staying in an all inclusive because I had a bad experience in Mexico. But when I went and saw a travel agent that time, and they were like, "Oh no, it's different now." They're like, "All inclusive places are really nice. The food's really good. Everything." I was like, "All right, I'll take your word for it." And the place we stayed the first time was Elegance, I think it's called, something like that. It's like a couples type of place, like adults only and whatever. And I was shocked at how good everything was. Food, the service, like the rooms, everything. And I think that's why we keep going back because honestly, it's everything's reasonably priced. I mean, as long as you don't go at like Christmas or something, I mean, any place can be expensive if you go at the wrong time, but for what you get and everything, it can be very reasonably priced. Like, where I live, I'm an hour from the Jersey Shore. And most people around here, that's their vacation, is they go to the shore every year. Jordan Clubhouse Collection for Houston, for Michael. And, when people, like, I used to do the shore thing when I was a kid. My family had a house down there, and we still go sometimes. Like for a couple of years, my sister rented a place down the shore. We went down for a few days with the whole family, and I don't like. It's fine, you know what I mean. Like, there's nothing wrong with doing that. But then people go like, "Oh, I can't go away like that," and I'm like, But people spend more money to go to Wildwood than they would if they like. When I tell them how much it is, they're like, "Oh, I spend more than that to go to the shore." I'm like, "I know." Like, you spend $5,000 to rent a house for a week and go to the Dominican Republic for a week and have all your meals paid for and everything. Like, why? I'd much rather be down there than in Wildwood, New Jersey. But yeah, it's just me. Because it always kind of seems like, well, the vacation's close to home. Like, oh, that'll be good price wise, but it's not. It's expensive as hell. Corbin Carroll. Like, even just to go down to Jersey or what, Delaware or Maryland or wherever. Mm-hmm. Senzel. All righty. That will do it. All right, folks. I want to thank everyone for joining us this evening. Sorry, I know I'm just running my mouth as usual, but I like to chat with you guys. If you're not in any of our other breaks this evening, please stay safe, stay healthy out there. We are going to rando this. One card here. Let's set a few things up. Okay. That's the other. All right. So we had this buyback. 74 rookie auto, Dave Augustine, Ken Griffey Sr., Steve Ontiverios, and Jim Tyrone. Now, nobody bought the Pirates, so we don't have to worry about that. The Reds is Jay. The Giants is Michael. And the Cubs is Ben. So, I'm going to get old random.org on here. And we'll rando for this puppy. Give me 1 sec to set it up. .org. All right, so we're doing, let's do Reds, Giants, and Cubs, and we'll do it again. Okay. All right, so Reds, Giants, Cubs, Reds, Giants, Cubs, in the order they are on the card. We'll random 7 times. Whoever comes out on top will get the CAD. Good luck. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and lucky number 7. The Reds. Going to the Reds. Jay, congrats, buddy. Okay. Oops. Hitting my thing there. Let's go back up. Pop, 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 pop. Did any teams in? No, all the other breaks are sold out. Usually those teams wouldn't be available either, but I couldn't get a hold of my guy who usually buys them, but I didn't really care for this. But no, the other 2 breaks are completely sold out. All right, so that one's going to the Reds. Congrats there. All right, quick hit recap for 2023 Topps Heritage third case break number 20. A bunch of rookies here: Green, Outman, Gunnar, Beatty, Green, Adley, Harris, Green, Morel, Alvarez, Outman, Harris, Mitchell, Adley, Harris. We'll take care of those, and if we missed any, we'll pull them out. We did have another 74 buyback, the Tom Ragland for the Indians. We had 2 variations, the black and white Brendan Donovan rookie cup card and the position, name switch match, whatever they call that thing, a Mookie. Yelich for the Brew Crew, number to 374. Travis d'Arnaud black border to 50 copies. Byron Buxton to 574. Matt Manning on the black border to 50 copies. Vaughn Grissom, a rookie to 999. And then all Clubhouse Collection relics. Yelich for the Brewers. Gleiber for the Yankees. Max Fried for the Braves. And Jordan for the Astros. The Fried and the Gleiber, like I said, they both have a little damage on the top. I'll send you guys wrappers in case you want to try and get them replaced if you want to try and go down that route. So, all right, guys, again, thank you so much for joining me. As always, I couldn't do this without you, and I do truly appreciate it. Everybody stay safe, stay healthy out there, and I will talk to you again soon. Have a good night.